Good afternoon and welcome to the virtual college exploration for all North and South Carolina students, sponsored by the Carolinas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers in StripesCan. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so if you have questions, they cannot hear or see you, so make sure you use that Q&A box that I mentioned earlier. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at CACRAO.org. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website, CACRAO.org. I'd now like to turn it over to our presenters.
Sorry about that. I almost powered my computer off when I was pressing the unmute button. Could have been bad. Well, hi everyone. My name is Blake Brown. I am one of our admissions counselors, specifically the counselor for the Carolinas at the University of Alabama in Huntsville.
Hello, my name is Jacob Kirsteins. I'm one of the academic advisors here in the College of Engineering at UAH.
So I'll be discussing some of our admissions requirements and the process, how that looks over the next couple months. And then Jacob will be discussing our engineering programs here at UAH, since it is our most popular major. But I'll get to that in a bit. So just some quick information about UAH. We are located in Huntsville, Alabama. That is in the very top, almost on the Tennessee state line, right in the middle. If you put a point on a map in between Birmingham, Nashville, and Memphis, we would be right there. We have about 10,000 students. We actually I believe it's 10,005 students as of this year. And we are a public institution, part of the University of Alabama system. And we are a research-focused institution. We have 17 research centers on campus, so we've got a good bit of information coming out of our school. The city of Huntsville as a whole is not just some small rural town in the middle of Alabama. We have about 200,000 people that live in the city and about 500,000 in the metro area. It's home to the U.S. Space and Rocket Center, and we are known as the Rocket City. That's actually part of why our school is so renowned, because we helped put a man on the moon back in the 1960s. At UAH, we have 6 major colleges: the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, the College of Business, the College of Education, College of Engineering, the College of Nursing, and the College of Science. A lot of colleges. And those are home to many majors on our campus. We also have the Honors College, which is available for first-year students. They have a separate application for admission. You have to be admitted to UAH prior to applying. And they have a requirement of a 3.5 GPA and a 28 ACT. It is competitive. They make you write an essay for it and everything. But the honors program allows you to take some individualized classes in smaller cohorts. So you get to know some of the students in the honors college, like they have specific honors English classes, honors history classes, things like that. They also have their own residence hall and honors programming. So I did mention we have a good array of majors in our 6 colleges. Our most popular one is going to be aerospace engineering. Jacob will be discussing a little bit more on that in just a few moments, as well as cybersecurity with an engineering or with a business track, as well as earth system science, atmospheric science. Those are the ones that kind of help put us on the map, but all of our majors that we have at UAH are very advantageous. My mother, actually, she teaches for the College of Business. I grew up going to that, just walking through the halls casually, so I know the faculty very well. It's a great place to be. College of Nursing, although it's a strenuous program, it really prepares you for the nursing field as soon as you graduate. So UAH is a great place to be right now. Now, if you're wondering about what our campus is like, we are located on the 2nd largest research park in the United States. We are the anchor tenant, and we're home to 180 student organizations on campus. So if you are wanting to join an honor society, join a fraternity or sorority, that's all included in that number I mentioned. But say there's a club that you want to join, but we don't have it. Well, it's actually fairly easy to start your own club here at UAH. You just need 3 students and a faculty advisor. You go to the Office of Student Life, fill out a form, get them to sign off of it, and bam, kablam, you just got yourself a new student organization. Actually, a few years ago, we had a Pine Cone Club. Might have been a joke, but it existed. So there's literally a club for just about anything, whether it's very professional or just for fun. Now, for living on campus, all of our housing for first-year students, specifically out-of-state students, is suite-style housing. That is essentially where there are 4 students per unit, and there are 4 private bedrooms with 2 shared bathrooms and a common living area. In this way, each student still retains their own privacy, but they still get that experience for their first year of college, getting to meet their roommates and know their roommates and not being alone in a room for your first year. Excuse me. And we have more information on what our housing looks like available on our website. Speaking of our website, we just recently posted our scholarship information for out-of-state students just 6 days ago. So it's still fresh in our brains. We have updated that. It's available on there. Just to briefly touch on it, our scholarships start at a 25 ACT and a 3.0 GPA for out-of-state students, and they go up from there. In addition, the deadline for submitting your scholarship information for test scores is April 15th. If your information is not sent in before then, you will likely not be considered for an academic-based scholarship. Furthermore, we have just changed our policy for ACT calculation. We will accept an ACT super score as long as your scores come directly from the ACT. We will not create an average of your ACT scores, but if that report comes directly from them, we will consider that for scholarship purposes. As of now, we do not super score SAT scores. Excuse me. We also have competitive scholarships available. The application just opened a couple weeks ago, and the application will close December 15th. I encourage all freshman students to apply for competitive scholarships. There's over 200 of them. So there's a scholarship for just about every major, every program, and every classification. Like I said, they are competitive, so I tell people don't count on them, but fill out the application, and if you get it, it's a really good surprise. In addition to financial aid, I encourage all students, whether you're coming to UAH or not, to fill out the FAFSA. It's free. It's much easier than what it was a couple of years ago, and you never know what you may qualify for. I personally qualified for a few loans that I was not expecting to be eligible for, and who knows, you might be eligible for Pell. So definitely fill that out, absolutely. Like I said, it's way easier than what it was. Excuse me. Now, hopefully all that I've mentioned really excites you about UAH. If you are wanting to apply, you can find that on our website, right on our front page at uah.edu. All you need to have is a 20 ACT and a 2.9 GPA for admissions purposes. We take the highest GPA that is listed on your transcript up to your junior year for admissions purposes. In addition, if you have a weighted or unweighted GPA, we will take the weighted as long as it is explicitly listed on the transcript. There is an application fee of $30. If that is an issue for you, please reach out to our office and we will try and work with you if that is a monetary issue. So that was a very, very brief overview of UAH and what we have to offer. As I said earlier, engineering is our most popular program on campus. So I'm going to be passing that off to Jacob so he can give you a bit of chance to he will have a bit of a chance to discuss with you the exciting programs we have to offer. Right, thank you, Blake. So just to begin an overview of the College of Engineering here at UAH. So looking at this, College of Engineering at UAH, we have 8 ABET accredited programs that split across 5 different departments. Within those 5 departments, our first one is our Chemical and Materials Engineering Department, which houses a Bachelor's of Science in Chemical Engineering with a concentration option of either biotechnology or materials.
And the way I describe the difference between those two is sheer size. There's not a large difference between the two concentrations. It's only 3 courses. But in biotechnology, you're going to be working in parts per million versus in materials where you're dealing more in tonnage. Within the civil and environmental engineering department, we have 4 concentrations of environmental, structural, transportation, or general. Again, these concentrations aren't drastically different. It's actually only a 2-course difference between each 2 of them. Then within our electrical and computer engineering department, it houses their respective programs along with our cybersecurity engineering degree. Our largest department of mechanical and aerospace houses the mechanical and aerospace engineering programs. And then the industrial and systems engineering degree has a track between systems and industrial. So when we look at the College of Engineering, we have just shy of 3,000 undergraduate students within the college. We have 620 honors students, which makes up right at 50% of the entire honors college. So when looking at an honors program, you'll find that a lot of the program itself caters specifically to engineering students because we amass such a large amount of their population. We have 97 student athletes within the college, and with an average overall GPA of our students is a 3.199. Our incoming class for this fall had 629 students, 147 honors students, and 22 student athletes. So looking at this kind of grid here, you'll see that mechanical and aerospace makes up 50% of our undergraduate enrollment. So they house half of our entire college between those 2 programs within 1 department. Our next department shares 25% of the enrollment between computer, electrical, and cybersecurity. And then the remaining 25% are split between our 3 smaller programs along with our undecided students. When looking at that, we have right at 3,500 total within the college, graduate and undergraduate, which makes up 34% of the entire enrollment at the university. So 1 in 3 students that you see on our campus are going to be majoring within some field of engineering. But not only are we looking at engineering as engineering courses, but what are the other classes that you would take within that degree program? A lot of math and a lot of science. So out of the pure sciences within the College of Science, they house the next 19% of the student enrollment. So university-wide, now 50% of our students are going to be graduating with either an engineering or a science degree. We share a common first year between all of our programs, so you can come in completely undecided or completely decided. It doesn't matter. Your first year is going to look virtually the same regardless of your degree program. Within the first year, you'll take a Computing for Engineers course. This is a MATLAB and Python programming class. So no matter which field you want to pursue, everyone starts out with a programming course. And then in the spring, we have Charter Success for Engineering, which allows you to kind of explore. We want you to figure out that the field that you have chosen is the one for you, or give you time to look around and maybe explore something that you never thought you would be interested in. And so through that FYE course, we really focus a lot about exploration and future career development. The one thing that we want to focus on within the College of Engineering is also our student support. The Center for Undergraduate Engineering Education, where my office is housed, is where we have academic advising, curriculum planning, and we do a lot of office referrals. And the reason I say office referrals is because if you came to one of us and asked for thermodynamics homework help, there's no way that we would be able to help you, unfortunately. I've never taken the course, so it doesn't really help you a whole lot there. However, our Student Success Center with their academic coaching, pass, and content tutoring, that's the place that we send and refer a lot of students to. You'll see scrolling on the screen all of the content tutoring that we have available, and these are just the courses that are applicable to an engineering degree. So you'll see even a lot of our 300 level classes within the college are available through the Student Success Center and their tutoring program. And then last but not least is all university faculty and staff. We want you to succeed when you come here, and we are all going to be invested in you to make sure that what we can do to help you is the ultimate goal for both of us. Experiential learning, so co-op, internships, and undergraduate research. Most of this is housed through our Office of Career Services. You'll see a few of the companies that we work with on a very regular basis with the Office of Career Services. So they do a lot of resume building and interview prep, but they also focus heavily on our career fair. So bringing all these companies to campus to recruit our students. And as Blake mentioned earlier, there are 17 research centers on our campus. 11 of them are affiliated with the College of Engineering. So a list of those research centers are available there, and we have students who are undergraduate researchers within each one of those. We also have a lot of fun research laboratories and different facilities that our students can work in as well. That was a picture of a Mach 3 wind tunnel that is on our campus through the Propulsion Research Laboratory. Clubs and organizations. Again, Blake mentioned all of the many organizations that we have on our campus. Here's a list of the engineering specific ones from the professional societies of each one of our programs are listed, along with some of our more hands-on active project-based clubs and organizations like Space Hardware Club, Engineering Without Borders, and the Everyday Engineering, Automation and Animatronics. It's a really interesting club as it looks at engineering on the entertainment spectrum. So whether you want to go work for Disney and Imagineering, or design roller coasters, or different types of animatronics, that's what they focus on, is more of how can we entertain people with our engineering. And one thing that Blake mentioned that I always like to talk about is the city of Huntsville. I think it's one of our greatest assets as an institution, but it's also one of the greatest assets for our students. And the reason for that is because of simply where we are located. We're built around this idea of going to space, and that's where we kind of came from. But we've done a lot since then. And so I'd just like to show this clip just quickly about what Huntsville is really about. Unless I can't play it on here. No? Blake, any clue?
Well.
Oh, well, it's fine.
We're good.
Look up the city of Huntsville. Having the second largest research park in the country. It's the fourth largest in the world. We have around 50 Fortune 500 companies that are located here. So we have the #1 concentration of engineers per capita in the United States. So a lot of engineering focus is done here within Huntsville. And so it is a great benefit to us as an institution, and also a great benefit to you as a student looking for a job one day, because engineering is kind of what this city does. So it's just a quick overview of the College of Engineering here at UAH. And I see Dr. Jennifer English has joined us as well. She is the Associate Dean of the college and an Associate Professor in the Electrical and Computer Engineering department with a degree in Electrical Engineering. So she's one of the fun educational people that we have on our campus helping students. So if you have any questions, just let us know in the chat and we will be more than happy to answer them.
Thank you for that, Jacob. First of all, sorry for my home phone going off. That was the one thing I can't silence, so apologize to our viewers at the moment. And thank you for joining us, Jennifer. I had a quick question for you, if you would answer for me. How does the College of Engineering support its alumni after they have graduated from UAH?
I can't hear you. So we like to work with our alumni in a lot of different facets. One that's not within the College of Engineering, we'll get to us, but the Office of Career Services, as an alumni of the institution, you always have access to their office and their support. So whether it is finding new career options, kind of trying to go back and forth between different jobs, they're a great resource to kind of come back and if you're on the job hunt. Within the College of Engineering, we love to reach out and hear from our alumni. We invite them back to campus for different events. So during that Charter Success course, we actually invite recently graduated alumni to come back and talk to students about, what are the different things that you would want to have known as an incoming freshman, or what are the kind of things that you should watch out for over the course of the few years. So we really like to utilize our alumni and to really helping our students get through our program and to graduate.
Thank you. I also wanted to ask, how can an undergraduate student participate in research, or what does the process look like for a student wanting to pursue that?
So
I came down the hall.
So if you could repeat the question, Blake, you said, how do students get involved in undergraduate research, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
What does the process look like for a student wanting to do that?
That's going to kind of vary by the student. So the one best thing that you can do is to get to know your faculty. And the reason for that is by getting to know your faculty, if they're working on a project and you say, yeah, I'm interested in research, well, then they automatically will say, hey, are you interested? Because you've shown interest. It makes it a lot easier than saying a faculty member having to go out and say, hey, I'm looking for researchers. Well, if they already know you, then you're probably going to be their first choice. But we do have an undergraduate research program coordinator within the college. So Dr. Dave Hsu within the Mechanical and Aerospace Department. He is the kind of one-stop shop for students who are interested in getting involved in that undergraduate research process. And he kind of steps and walks them through that, aligning them with what type of research that they're interested in doing, what's available, and then who they can contact and work with.
He usually schedules meetings twice a year, once fall and once in the spring semesters.
Gotcha, thank you. And I have one more question for you guys. How often is it for a student in the College of Engineering to pursue a second major or a minor?
It depends. It is not recommended. So the reason for that is your degree program is 128 hours. To graduate within 4 years, you're averaging 16 hours per semester, fall and spring. We do not require a minor. However, we have a large number of students who do pursue a minor, such as either mathematics or physics, as you can check off a lot of those requirements through your actual program. So a math minor is 2 additional math classes. Depending on the program, we can actually count those as electives. But if we look at things that are far outside of the degree program, it's usually going to add time to degree. And looking at that, it's probably not going to pay off spending additional time earning that minor, unless it truly diversifies you in a complementary way.
Or you're very passionate about something. So occasionally we'll have students that are that play an instrument, a musical instrument, and they participate in a concert band, jazz band, pep band, and so they take classes in order to do that. And so if they're very passionate about that as just an interest, they can get credit for those classes, at least some of them, through a music minor. Some students are very passionate about foreign language and they want to be able to work internationally. And so pursuing a minor in, say, Spanish or German might be the right thing for them. We never, ever recommend a double major in an engineering field.
Gotcha. Thank you for that. Well, those were the questions that I had prepared. We'll wait a couple more seconds, see if there's any other questions from the chat. Do you guys have any final parting words you'd like to share about UAH in general or the College of Engineering?
I don't believe so, except for we wish you the best of luck in your college search process, and to definitely check us out. Look deeper into UAH and what we have to offer, and don't hesitate to reach out to any one of us if you have any questions.
Okay. And we did have one other question come in from Colton, was asking what the approximate cost for out-of-state tuition is. So for a student that is out of state attending UAH, their tuition is about $20,000 per year. And that is before financial aid is applied and scholarships are applied. And that is also not including academic common market students as well. Our tuition scholarships, like I said, can be found on our website to see kind of where that fits within your financial aid and your scholarship as well. See how that price may be reduced. All right, do we have any other additional questions? Just a few more moments. All right, well, once again, this was Blake Brown with the University of Alabama, Huntsville. And I'm our admissions counselor for the Carolinas. And you guys are on this side of my screen, so I'm pointing this direction.
That works. And I am Jacob Kirsteins, an academic advisor here in the College of Engineering. And
Jennifer English, Associate Dean. Mic not working.
All right, thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
Like they said, thank you all for joining us today. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. Also, this was just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at CACRAO.org. In about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as other sessions recordings at CACRAO.org. Thank you and have a great day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.